Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. This reading is intended for the sign of Scorpio. If you're watching for Scorpio, please reverse roles because in this particular reading, it'll feel as though I'm speaking to you about your Scorpio. So, Scorpio, we're looking at love for the rest of February. I've shuffled your deck and pulled your cards. I'm just taking a look at the bottom of the deck to kind of get a feel for what's been up with you since I've spoken to you all last. Okay, so this is not someone new that's coming through in your reading because we have many cards of you taking this person back. I see that it feels like this person tried to put you in situations where you would compete for them. They may have tried to make it seem like there was somebody else that was like a better option for them than you. So it looks like you went through periods of separation with this person. And I'm seeing that as you separate from this person, this is so silly. It's like they might date people and put photos up publicly and say like, oh, the love of my life, or we're doing so well. And that only lasts for, anywhere from a week to like a couple of months before they get tired of being in a commitment. They get tired of being around that person. And then I see them coming back to you with an apology. Just in this little bit of cards I've pulled, I've seen this happen twice. So if I had to take a guess and I was looking at like the rest of the deck, I'm sure this has been something that has been a repeating pattern with this person. It feels like every time you give them an opportunity to show you either how they've changed or what they're going to do different, you end up kind of getting the rug pulled out from under you. But what's interesting about this now, as we're coming to the end of these couple of cards, you see that it would be better to do something new than to keep spending time doing something old. There's something about this last time around with this person where you actually feel happy that it ended, or like you're glad that it's over. So I feel like maybe you didn't communicate to this person last time they try to come back into your life that really would be the last time that you would give them any attention. It's almost like you just gave them an opportunity to be around, but you didn't tell them like, I'm watching everything you're doing, and if you screw up, this is it and you're done. It's almost like you were very amicable and you were agreeable and like, yeah, okay, sure, we could try again. And you didn't set like any parameters. You didn't give this person any kind of guidelines. And what's interesting is when you didn't tell them everything you needed, they took it like, oh, this is going to be so easy. I'm wearing Scorpio down. Scorpio doesn't really want anything from me. They don't have standards anymore because I've disappointed them so many times. They know not to expect anything from me. This is going to be a cakewalk, right? And so it's really kind of tricky the way this happened, because in you not expressing that and you just like giving this person unconditional love and what seemed like, freedom and opportunity, you had a plan in place where it was like, I want to see what this person does with this. Like, I'm not going to nag them. I'm not going to talk about the things they did in the past. I'm going to give this person a clean slate and see what they do with it. And this person was like so silly. Instead of taking that opportunity and really showing you what they could do, like in a positive way, they did probably worse than usual, just because they felt like you weren't nagging them. Their outlook, not mine. Just telling you what I see. And this person ended up shooting themselves in the foot and showing you all the reasons why you really need to take your energy elsewhere, right? So I'm seeing you coming to realization that this person has squandered this opportunity. It looks as though you had promised yourself, like, this is going to be the last chance with this person. If they don't do something different, I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to keep coming back to this person. So I'm seeing that it's almost like you may have blocked them even, but you for sure have stopped giving them attention. What's interesting as well is I feel like when I'm looking at the bottom of this deck, that still isn't something that you've like verbalized to this person at that point. You just started taking a step back. Maybe you started like downloading apps, or you stopped answering their calls, but I'm not seeing the conversation of like, this is what we're doing. Like, I'm not dealing with you anymore. This is why. It's just more like, as soon as you saw what you saw, you just totally shut down. You went ice cold on this person. So as I'm looking into your spread and how you're starting the situation, you've got the Fool in the reverse. So looking back kind of at the ending of this connection, I don't think this person realizes that this is the end, but you know it, right? So it's almost like you're trying to collect all of your emotions, all of your ideas about the situation, and compartmentalize them in a way that you will be able to do something new in the future. It doesn't look like you're in a horrible rush at this point to meet someone new. To me, this looks more like you just kind of assessing your situation, because this has been such a long and drawn out saga with this person. It feels like you're just taking time to regroup as I'm moving into the spread. Now, what's coming towards you in love is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So this, I don't mean to laugh, but this person, whoever you've been dealing with, they're in for like a real rude awakening this month, because this is them trying to get your attention and you finally letting them know like why you're not talking to them and that you won't be talking to them anymore, because you have a situation where you're going to be rejecting someone this month, right? What's interesting about the Ace of Wands in the reverse being what's coming towards you is like you not only have removed yourself from the situation, but you're leaving this person with like all of their baggage, all of their stuff, and you're making it very clear to them through your actions that you've decided to do something new for yourself, okay? So when I'm looking at how this is going to affect you, Five of Swords, which, you know, I love the Five of Swords sometimes. I know people say it's a negative card, but in this respect, like for how much you've been putting up with from this person and how it feels like they've always had the upper hand and then they've used their power or their control over the situation to completely abuse you, right? This is you taking that back and being like, I don't need you. This wasn't going to be another time where you just like lead me around by the nose and embarrass me and screw me over. I had this plan all along and I didn't tell you about it, but you've shown me everything I need to know. So I really am the one that's the winner here. Like, even if I don't have you, I've won just because I've been able to assess the situation, see like the pros and the cons. And I promised myself that I was going to do something different this time, and I've done it. So Five of Swords, people say like, oh, it's about trickery and deceit and all this stuff. But sometimes it really is just about victory over like a situation that has been a really long time coming, right? This has been something that you've been so invested in for so long. And it feels like the balance of power has been so, and so much of a deficit. And really it's because you've cared about this person for so long, right? That they really took advantage of your emotional investment in them. But what I'm seeing in this is no cups, right? No pentacles outside of the Six of Pentacles reversed, which is you no longer giving to this person, but also having the wherewithal to wait to start dating, because you want to like take that time to just really give to yourself. And so this is actually super healthy, right? It's like you're setting boundaries. There's a lot of blue in this, so that can talk about like throat chakra energy. That's the energy where we start to like vocalize what we need, and kind of face some of our anxiety. We get to the bottom of why we're making the choices we're making and if they're healthy for us. And then we take action to do something different, which is being supported by the red in these cards with the root chakra, which is showing me that you're in a space of wanting to provide yourself with stability and security and love before you go looking for that from someone else, right? It's like intuitively, you know that this person has depleted you so much that before you could be a good partner or attract a good partner, you just really need to kind of love on yourself for the next few weeks. Now, 10 of Swords coming through for what you're going to want to do about your 3 of Swords. So this person, I don't think they're going to take this situation lightly, because whatever you're saying or whatever you're doing is something that they've never seen before. And so they're going to feel like very dysregulated. They might try to say or do something to you that would make you feel bad again, just so they can try to restore that balance in their mind of like them being big and you being small. And instead of it getting to you this month, what I'm actually seeing is you cutting this person off completely. Like maybe for some of you, you felt like you could at least be amicable or friendly towards this person simply because you have such a long history. But it's like whatever they do as a way to kind of get back at you for rejecting them, it's going to make you completely call this because you're going to feel like this person is super toxic, right? And just mind you, Scorpio, like whatever this person does as a reaction to you turning them down, because what it looks like is they're asking you, like, can I come over? And it's super late. Or they're like maybe sending you nudes. They're doing something that they feel like they always can like get in your space if they do. And this first time that you're like, I'm good, it really like knocks them off their pedestal. So I'm seeing them feeling very frustrated, doing something kind of sneaky, kind of gross, right? And it coming to light and you finding that out and just completely nipping this in the bud, because it's like, okay, at least have respect for the time and the energy that we put into each other. At least have some like decorum about the situation. Like you should be able to see all the things that you've done that got us to this point, rather than acting like a child and lashing out at me and then like trying to air my dirty laundry on, you know, a social media platform, or trying to hit on my friend in a place that I can see it, like on Facebook, right? Like there's something here that this person does that's just really sleazy, and they're doing it because they feel super rejected. But for you, instead of like getting in your feelings about it and being sad, like, oh, how could this person do this? And don't they love me? It's just like such a final straw, right? Like that you would stoop this low instead of saying, okay, you know what, Scorpio, you're totally right. I've screwed up and I understand why you don't want to give me another chance, but hopefully we could be friends, right? It's like there's just no class about this person, and no accountability. And you've done so much work on yourself with you being the Fool in the reverse. You've gone through like all of the stages of the major arcana, and you've closed out a huge cycle. You know, you're in between starting something new and just kind of like sitting in the ending and contemplating what everything was and what it meant. But at the same time, like you've gone miles in the time you've been with this person, and you've grown so much that if you think back, like even 6 months or a year ago, this behavior, if this person would have done whatever they do to you, would have probably destroyed you or really, really hurt you. And what's really screwed up about this is like, this person could end up doing something to you. It's not going to phase you now, so don't worry about it. But it's something that you told them in private was like an insecurity that you had, right? And so it's almost like because of this rejection that they feel, they're going to use something that you told them against you to try to trigger you to feel as bad as they feel, right? And what I like about your spread, with the Hermit being your advice and some of the other cards I'm seeing here, instead of you taking it at like face value and being like, wow, this person really wants to hurt me, I'm hurt, or wow, they never cared at all, look how they betrayed my trust. You're just really looking at it like you're so petty and just, this is so gross that I can't be associated with this at all. Like I'm better than this. I deserve better than this. I can't even have people breathing my air that act like this. And so I really like this for you, because you're not willing to allow this person to screw you over or take advantage of like what you've told them in confidence and use that against you. Now, Lovers in the reverse is your opportunity. So now that you're single or you're not like emotionally attached to this person, you have an opportunity for like some kind of random sexual encounter. It could be with this person. You know, they might try to minimize the connection in a way that just like boils it down to, well, this was just a sex-based relationship for me anyway, so do you just want to be, you know, not even friends with benefits because this person doesn't act like a friend? But they might just say something like, well, you know, let's just have sex sometimes or whatever. And that could be something that really triggers you, or that they're trying to use to trigger you. Like maybe in the past you've talked about like how you felt used by other people, or how you feel like people don't choose you, or they, you know, put you on the back burner or not make you a priority. It's almost like this person presents you with the opportunity to assume a position that you've played in your life before that's been completely beneath you, and you only aligned yourself in that situation because of where you were at in your life, or like what you had been through whether it was like in your adolescence or your early adult life, like there was a role you were playing that other people put on you, but it didn't serve you, right? It was almost like you give everything away and you get nothing in return. And so I guess you have an opportunity for this person to put you back in that situation. But why this is an opportunity is because what we talked about up here, where you, instead of getting triggered or instead of like becoming activated to like fawn and be like, well, I just want this person in my life so much, I guess I'm willing to whatever, you have the opportunity to choose yourself over whatever this person proposes, right? And I believe that you will, because with what I'm saying up here, you're going to see this exactly for what it is. And it's going to make you angry and it's going to disgust you. What's good about this too, though, is that you have an opportunity this month to move forward towards a real commitment that really would be stable and give you everything that you want. It would be somebody who shows up for you, who is willing to build with you. And I think that's what's really been missing from this person. What I'm seeing is somebody who actually is like very excited to commit to you. This is somebody that would be way more traditional in the sense that they believe in like dating before having relations. They believe in courting a person. This is the kind of person who would like ask your father for permission to propose. Their family is very important to them. It seems like whoever you're dealing with or have been dealing with, this old person is like a lone wolf that, you know, that's what they say, but in reality, they've probably just screwed over everybody that loved them to the point that nobody deals with them anymore. But then they try to play victim and be like, oh, I'm so alone. I do everything by myself. I'm so strong. And it's like, no, you're just weak and you use people and people got sick of you, right? This new person, though, nothing like that. This new person that I'm seeing has integrity. They work hard. They may own a business. If they don't own a business, then they work for a very reputable company, like something that you've heard of before. They could work in a field of like doing some kind of government contracting, or they could just work for like a big company that's like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, like something that people have heard of before, or they could work at like a university, okay? This person, if they were like some kind of teacher, I'm not seeing them being a teacher at like a school level. I'm seeing the possibility of a teacher, but this would be more somebody that's like, they train CEOs, they train business entrepreneurs, they train hospitals and compliance issues of like compliance. If this person did work at a university, it would be like a big university, right? Not something small. And this would be somebody who maybe is like the head of like the HR or something like that, okay? And so this person is very stable. And they also have a reputation, like whatever they do, they have a reputation that they need to be mindful of. You know, they're not just going to be out here doing weird stuff online or posting weird photos or showing up places with like skeezy looking people. They're like a respected pillar of their community, and they're very marriage minded. This is somebody who is really, really thinking about marriage. It's possible that before you start kind of your new chapter in life, you decide to take a trip just to treat yourself like some sort of little vacation. And you could meet this person there. They would be vacationing. This is somebody, I believe they're going to own their own house. They'll definitely have their own car. They may have multiple homes. They could have been married before, but if that ended in divorce, because some of them may be a widow, that would be amicable and it's no drama. You get what I'm saying? Because their spouse, their ex-spouse would be very well off as well, and not somebody that wants any kind of problem. You know, it's just like could have been something that happened, well, I'd say 5 to 7 years ago. So it's not you wouldn't be a rebound. You know what I'm saying? So this is somebody very stable. They enjoy the finer things in life. They enjoy beauty and food and going places, seeing things, meeting new people. This could even be somebody foreign. So if you don't end up taking a holiday, you can meet this person while they're on holiday. So yeah, I mean, this actually looks fantastic in regards to your opportunity, right? It's like this old person shows you why you shouldn't be around. You start taking appropriate action to distance yourself, and they throw this little mini temper tantrum and give you this really like just slimy offer. But it's almost like maybe through that offer, you end up going out that night because you're just like, you know what, I just need to get out of the house. Like, I'm so overthinking about this. And then you meet this new person that's like visiting in town. And that's like, whatever this new person, they would move for you, or they would move you to wherever they are. Like, if this is somebody that's traveling for work, they might be traveling for work too. They would relocate for you. And what's interesting about this person is they actually, whatever kind of work they do, they could do that. Like, either the job that they have, there's like multiple like facilities or locations, or if they're working like for themselves and doing government contracting, like this person has the means to move without it affecting them financially, or they have the means to move you without having to be like, okay, Scorpio, so what do you do for a living and how much money do you have and can you afford the plane ticket? That's not important to this person, because they believe that when you love someone, you should be with them, you should commit to them, you should see them, like have access to them. Like, this is just night and day. Like, you went from this really irresponsible man child or woman child who just wants what they want and they don't care how it affects you, to somebody who has like integrity and a foundation and friends and a community, and like they would want you to be a part of the community. They would stick up for you. Not that anybody in their community would ever disrespect you, because this person like vets the people that they have in their life. Okay. They're not just somebody who collects strays or random people. You know what I mean? All right. So moving on, this looks really good. Your obstacle though is the moon in the reverse. So once you come out of this situation with this past person, like you're out of it, but once you deal with this 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, I don't want you to get super down and start like chastising yourself over how much time and energy you put into this past person, because it's almost like you have this realization of like, I can't believe how much time I wasted. I'm not where I should be. And it's possible when you meet this new person, you get very triggered by that, because it's like, oh my gosh, they've got so much going on and I feel like I have nothing going on because I wasted all this time and energy on this idiot over here. And like, I could have been further in life. So just be very mindful of like disconnecting from whoever this new person is very quickly and being afraid that maybe you're not like where you should be, because whoever this is like, this is somebody, they've been through enough. They're not looking for, how do I say it? It's like they have enough and they've been through enough that they don't see people just based on where they are in the moment. You get what I'm saying? And so you may find that you resonate with this person, because this person, they see the potential in people. And it's not in the way of like, you need to change or you're not good enough. But it's like, this is somebody that if you talk to them about your life, they would look at your life circumstances and be like, wow, first of all, I can't believe that you are where you are based on the lack of support and the lack of opportunities you've had. That's amazing, right? Second of all, if you had opportunities and support, I have no doubt that you would XYZ. You get what I'm saying? This is somebody that like, they can afford to believe in a person's potential, because they're not like dependent on that person realizing their potential. You get what I'm saying? Like, this person is so stable in their life that whether you got your MBA or your graduate's degree or not, it wouldn't affect a dime this person has. You get what I'm saying? So they don't have like a vested interest in people meeting their full potential. They're able to see what a person's potential is without needing it to come into fruition or trying to will it to be. It doesn't affect them. You know what I'm saying? Because they built their own stability. So this person, they're going to see parts of you that might make you uncomfortable. They're going to see parts of you that may not have even come into fruition yet, that will make you think like, could I be that person? Or there's no way that that's me. But if you think about it, Scorpio, you are the exact same way, because you did that with this person back here, right? The only difference is that you looked at the potential over their patterns, and you had a vested interest in whether or not that person ever met their full potential in life, because you were not in a stable place when you met this person. You get what I'm saying? And so your happiness and like part of your success did ride on this past person and whether or not they ever got it together or loved you properly, right? Whereas like you've been through the whole major arcana, and now that you're coming to the end of that, you're very self-actualized, you're very self-realized, you've learned how to provide yourself with emotional stability, financial stability, and maybe you're still working on that part a little bit, but your mental is good, you're clear, you're connected to source, whatever, right? And so like you have been exactly what this new person will be. And it's like, because you did all that for the past person, as soon as you chose to release that, the universe is paying you back, in a way that is bigger than what you ever did or what you ever invested, because it's compound interest. You know, when I looked at the back of the deck and you spent so much time on this past person and like trying to pour into them to get nothing back, all of that has just gone into like the bank of love and the bank of the universe, and it's been compounding over and over until you would just release this, because this person is empty, they're not moving, they're not going to be able to pay you back everything that you've given to them. But just because they can't pay you back, that doesn't mean that debt is canceled. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're still owed everything that you put into this person plus interest, but it's going to come from someone else. And so it's like, as soon as you get this completely out of your energy, what you will get in place of this, you're not even prepared for. Okay. Something to consider: Six of Swords. So I think you're going to be doing a lot of thinking in the next few weeks. You could feel very distant if you meet this new person. Maybe initially you want to blow them off, or you want to move away from this person because it's like, you know what, I just got out of a thing. I just finished dealing with a thing. But in all honesty, it's like what you're manifesting is exactly what you want. So if you remove yourself from that situation so quickly that you don't even give it a chance, right? How are you shooting yourself in the foot, right? Kind of like how this past like karmic situation, you gave them everything that they wanted. You didn't nag them. You let them come in freely, and they shot themselves in the foot, right? Be mindful about how you move, because you don't want to mirror that energy and do that too out of like anxiety or fear. And something you can do to help combat that is the Hermit. So this is about like being transparent about what you need. Get what you need about like the ending of this old connection. There's nothing this person can give you anymore. They're going to be showing you that in the next few weeks, but be transparent about what you need from the new person, or wherever you're at, because that person's going to understand. Like if you're saying, hey, this is what I got going on. It's kind of dumb, but I was in this long-winded thing that wasn't really whatever committed. And it just was so beneath me. And I just need a minute to process. I need a minute to be alone. This new person will be interested in you enough that they're not going to take that as rejection. Like the old person, you know, they're like weird and they have low self-esteem. This new person is going to be like, wow, you're really in tune with your needs and what you want. And I really respect that. So here's my contact information. And when you feel ready, you know, like let's grab a drink. I'll fly in for whatever, the weekend. Okay. This person is going to respect you wanting time alone, but just be mindful of like cutting them out in a way that's like blocking your blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can communicate to them where you're at, they'll be into it, and it'll actually attract them more. Because they'll see you as somebody who's independent and very in tune with yourself and like what you need to feel good and healthy. So that's your advice. Take some time for yourself. Don't feel like you have to rush to let this new person, but also maybe communicate that to them and just be honest, because whoever this new person is, like, they're super wise. So they're not going to take it like, oh, Scorpio's playing games or blowing me off. You get what I'm saying? They're going to take it like, oh, cool, like this person is really down to earth and they know themselves, and I respect that. And it's just going to be such a night and day experience. Like, I'm actually really excited for you all to meet this person, to spend time with this person, because this is somebody from like your soul group. This is what you've been waiting for, but it just hasn't come in yet because you had other stuff going on, right? You didn't have room for this new person because you were so like wrapped up in this. But this, whoever this is, they're so amazing that it's like the universe didn't want to bring this to you because, first of all, this is what you deserve. But if you're caught up in this, you may not go after it. And second of all, this new person is so amazing. They don't deserve to be a rebound, and they don't deserve to be treated like they're second best or not a priority. You get what I'm saying? Like, this person really is a gift from the universe. All right. You got manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Twin of flames, passion ignites. Well, you know, I feel like this old person back here, they could be unenlightened divine masculine. And so with that Lovers reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, they could be sending you some pretty racy messages in the next few weeks before they like get upset when you don't reply. If this is not your twin flame and this is just a karmic partner, I could see that this new person could be a twin flame for sure, but they're just giving more like soulmate energy to me. But maybe this is an awakened divine masculine. Like maybe this is that like feeling that, because this is safe. Like what I'm feeling is safe, it's grounded, it's stable. So this could be an awakened twin, right? You also got transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So I feel like that has to do with the new person, because bottom of the deck, you got the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So that has been your February reading. I'm not doing any extendeds for the rest of you all because I've had work getting done on my house and it's just been loud. I haven't been able to film. So I want to get these love readings out, and then I'll go back and do a reading for how your person is feeling for you publicly once I finish these. All right, Scorpio, good luck with this. I'm so happy for you. You really deserve this. I will speak to you soon, but in the meantime, take very good care of yourselves. Bye.